Today is lesson 97 of this series, in which we are going to discuss about some more adjectives. So this is the second part of the adjectives discussion. And today our focus will be on the na-keiyoushi. So last time it was i-adjectives. Today's topic is na-keiyoushi. So let's see what is that. So before we move to na-keiyoushi, let's have some more practice of the i-adjectives which we learned in the last lesson. First example, sukato wa mijikai desu. Sukato is skirt. Mijikai is the adjective, the e adjective, which is short. So the skirt is short. That is, the length of the skirt is short. So here mijikai is the adjective. Akai sukato wa mijikai desu. Now there are two adjectives. Now we are talking about the red skirt. So now there are several skirts probably, and out of that only the red skirt is short. So in that case the expression will be akai sukato wa mijikai desu. Now, kono akai sukato wa mijikai desu. Now this means there are several red skirts, and out of those several red skirts, this particular red skirt is short. So now there are three adjectives: short, red, and kono. Kono means this. So which red skirt? This red skirt. So this here represents, it qualifies in a way the red skirt. So that's why this is used here as an adjective. So there are three adjectives in this example: this, red, and short. Kono akai sukato wa mijikai desu. This red skirt is short. Kore wa atatakai supu desu. This is a warm soup. Atatakai supu is warm soup. So this is the adjective atatakai, which means warm. Kono supu wa atatakai desu. This soup is warm. So now again the same thing. Kono supu. Which soup? This soup. So here kono is the adjective and atatakai is the adjective. So there are two adjectives in this example: kono and atatakai. So this is how we form sentences using adjectives in two different ways. Kesa nani o nomimashita ka? Kesa means this morning. Nani o nomimashita? What did you drink this morning? Oishi gyunyu o nomimashita. Oishi is tasty or delicious. Gyunyu, we already know from our vocabulary that gyunyu is the Japanese word for milk. Gyu is for cow and nyu is for milk. So I drank tasty milk. Oishi gyunyu o nomimashita. Tsumetai milk o nomimashita. Now tsumetai means cold milk. So tsumetai is cold. This is the adjective, and remember from the last lesson that tsumetai is the word when we talk about something cold, which is to touch, like the food items or even the wind, we call tsumetai. And samui is used only for weather and climate. So tsumetai miruku, and again miruku here is nothing but the milk, which is written in katakana. So directly milk is written here instead of gyunyu. So tsumetai miruku o nomimashita. Past tense of drink, which is drank or nomimashita. Nomimashita. Atsui kocha o nomimashita. Atsui is hot. Hot tea. Kocha is the Japanese tea. Uh, Ocha is the Japanese green tea, and kocha is the brown tea. So atsui kocha o nomimashita. I drank hot tea. So similarly, you can practice using atatakai supu, oishi juice. So this is the juice. And again, you can change the structure of the sentence. Kyou wa nani o tabemasu ka? What will you eat today? Or what are you eating today? What will you eat today? What are you eating today? So kyou wa nani o tabemasu ka? And you can make it past tense as well. Kyou wa nani o tabemashita ka? What did you eat today? So in the reply section, all these drinkable items will be replaced with food items like tempura, sushi, sakana, gohan, and so on. So you can practice by replacing these words, and you can practice reading and writing of these simple questions and answers. So that will enhance your Japanese skills. Let's look at one more interesting example. Indo wa ima atsui desu ka? So Indo, you can see here katakana, India. Ima means now. So Indo wa ima atsui desu ka? Atsui is hot. So is it hot in India now? Hai, so desu. Yes, it is. Nangatsu made atsui desu ka? Until which month is it hot? Nangatsu means which month. We have studied this, so we know this is the kanji of month. This is the kanji of nan. That is what? Which month? Made is the particle, means to. Until which month? It is hot. Atsui desu ka? It is hot. Kita Indo wa 9月まで暑いですけど、南インドは一年中暑いです。Kita is for north. So Kita Indo means North India. Kugats is the ninth month, that is September. So Kita Indo wa 9月まで暑いです. That means North India is hot until September. Kedo is the word which is for the conjunction but. So last time we have seen the conjunction kara. So this is the conjunction kedo. So this is another particle. So last time we told you that there are 15 particles. Those 15 particles are the basic Japanese particles which a beginner must know in order to frame sentences. But in reality, there are 188 total particles in Japanese language, which a learner learns slowly and slowly. But for a beginner, those 15 fundamental particles are the ones which should be focused into. So, Kita Indo wa 9月まで暑いです。けど, but 南インド, that is South India. Minami is South. 南インドは一年中暑いです。一年中 means all year around. 一年中, all year around. 暑いです hot. That means North India is hot until September, but South India is hot all year round. Very, very interesting and useful example to enhance the Japanese skills using adjectives and other components of these sentences. So this is Ichigatsu, which is January, and this is Junigatsu, 12. So December and January are the months of cold, so this is expressed as samui. So since this relates to weather and climate, so this is samui. So here tsumetai will not be used, but samui will be used. Similarly, February and March, Nigatsu, Sangatsu. So this is Suzushi, which means pleasant. So pleasant weather during February and March, Suzushi. Then May and June, this is Gogatsu and this is Rokugatsu. June and May, Atsui, hot, very hot during that time. So in this way, you can again practice this by replacing Atsui with Samui and Suzushi. Yoru nani o shimashita ka? Now, shimashita is the past tense of shimas, which is from the root verb suru. That means to do something, to do. Shimashita means what did you do last night? Because this is the past tense, so it will be what did you do last night? Yoru means last night. Nani o shimashita ka? What did you do last night? Omoshiroi shoshetsu yomimashita. I read an interesting novel. So this is the adjective here. Omoshiroi and shoshetsu means novel. Tsumaranai ronbu no yomimashita. So tsumaranai is the antonym or the opposite of omoshiroi, which means boring. So omoshiroi is interesting. Tsumaranai is the antonym, which is boring. And ronbun means a research paper or a thesis. It may be an essay. So something related to research work. Tsumaranai ronbu no yomimashita. I read a boring paper. So again, you can practice this using these examples. Oishi gohan o tsukurimashita. So tsukurimashita means prepared. I cooked. Tasty food or tasty meal. Omoshiroi eiga o mimashita. Interesting movie. I watched an interesting movie. Omoshiroi hon o yomimashita. I read an interesting book. Oishi gohan o tabemashita. I ate delicious food. So yoru nani o shimashita ka? You can practice using these answers. Similarly, you can frame other questions like Kyo wa nani o shimasu ka? So now this is the past or the future. What are you doing today or what will you do today? What are you going to do today? So all these can be expressed using this question. Kyo wa nani o shimasu ka? Kyo means today. Nani o shimasu ka means what will you do? So in the same manner, you can say Oishi gohan o tsukurimasu. Omoshiroi eiga o mimasu. Omoshiroi hon o yomimasu. Oishi gohan o tabemasu. So all these verbs will turn into the present tense form, which ends in mas. So now let's move into the na adjectives, which is the topic of discussion for today's lesson. So what we will do, we will compare the features of i-adjectives and na-adjectives so that the difference between the two will be made very, very clear to you. So as we know from the last lesson, the E-objectives are basically pure Japanese words. These are words of Japanese origin, and these have not been imported from any Chinese word. So these are pure Japanese words. So all the E-adjectives that we have discussed so far are pure Japanese words. Whereas the na-adjectives, which we are going to learn today, are imported from foreign words and which are mostly words of Chinese origin. The E objectives end in the E sound. That is, for example, oki, chisai, atsui, samui. So you can see every word is ending in E sound. And the na adjectives, they do not end in E sound. For example, genki, it ends in ki sound. Shizuka, ka sound. Nigiyaka, ka sound again. So they don't end in E sound. But now you might be wondering, it's not ending in na also, but then why we are calling it na adjectives? So friends, have a little more patience. So we will come to that, like from where this na comes. So na is not an integral part of these adjectives, but this is used as a separate conjunctional particle kind of thing to connect the adjective with the noun. So we will look into that. But before that, let's talk about some exceptions. So as we have learned in the last lesson, there are certain adjectives of the e-adjectives category which do not end in e. So these exceptions include murasaki, which is used for purple color, and midori, which is used for green color. So these are not ending in the e sound. Likewise, in na-adjectives also, there are exceptions. For example, kirei. So as you can see, kirei ends in the E sound. So it should have been ideally part of these E adjectives. But since kirei is not a Japanese origin word, so this cannot be part of the E adjectives. Kirei means beautiful. Similarly, kirai also ends in E, which means dislike. And this is again not a Japanese word. And so this is not part of the E adjectives. And there are a few more which we will see uh, in this lesson in a after a few slides. So these are some exceptions that needs to be noted, and this is very common one. Kirei is used very frequently, but you should remember that this is not an e adjective. This is in the category of na adjective, so it requires a special na treatment. So we will look into that. So e adjectives follows an format in a sentence. That means the noun follows the adjective. So omoshiroi shoshetsu yomimashita. So an format means omoshiroi is the adjective, shoshetsu shosetsu is the noun. There is nothing in between the adjective and the noun. So a there is no particle or nothing in between these two. So that's why it follows the an format. Omoshiroi shosetsu. It's correct to say that. Similarly, sorewa atsui ocha desu. It's a hot soup. Omoshiroi shoshetsu yo nomimashita. O yomimashita means I read an interesting novel. Sorewa atsui ocha desu. This is hot tea. But the main difference now between the e adjectives and the na adjectives. So the na adjectives follows a na n format in a sentence. Without na, a is a noun. So here you can see the adjective na noun. So the adjective is connected to the noun using na syllable. And here the adjective words are can also be used as nouns. So they get a very similar treatment as the normal noun. So it has a very fine lining, very thin lining of difference with the noun. For example, kirei na onna no hito desu. So we can't say kirei onna no hito desu. Kirei na onna no hito desu. So this is how we connect the na adjective with the noun through na. Genki na kodomo desu. So genki na kodomo desu. Here, if we don't use na, then genki will be treated as a noun. Genki na kodomo, if we get this kind of format, then it is implied that genki is an adjective, kodomo is the noun. So kirei na onna no hito means beautiful lady or beautiful woman, and genki na kodomo means a healthy child. So genki will become health if we do not use this na, and that will not give any meaning. Health, child has nothing, has no meaning. So this is the fundamental difference between e adjectives and na adjectives, that in na adjectives, the adjective connects the noun through na. So now it will be clear if we look at some examples. The first one is onna no hito wa kirei desu. The woman is beautiful. So here there is no na. this is a normal sentence. We can say onna no hito wa kirei desu. The woman is beautiful. Now, if we want to convert it into she is a beautiful woman, then it will be kirei na onna no hito desu. Kirei na onna no hito desu. So now recall that in i-adjectives, the adjective and the noun, there was nothing in between them. So if we take a similar example for the i-adjectives, then it will be at kocha wa atsui desu, for example. Kocha wa atsui desu. That is, tea is hot. And we can also say atsui kocha desu, hot tea. So there is nothing in between atsui and kocha. But here there is na in between kirei and onna no hito. So onna no hito wa kirei desu. Kirei na onna no hito desu. Kodomo wa genki desu. The child is healthy or lively. Genki na kodomo desu. He is a healthy or lively child. Kirei onna no hito desu. It doesn't make any sense. Genki kodomo desu. It doesn't make any sense. So this was possible in the i-adjective, but it's not applicable for the na-adjective. So here it should be kirei na onna no hito desu. Genki na kodomo desu. So now let's take a look at examples of na-keiyoushi series. So the first one is genki, which means healthy. So we have provided the kanji characters as well, but you need not bother. You need not get bothered with those because we have not done them yet. These are complicated kanjis. So we have provided the hiragana version as well. So you may focus on that. And kanji, just take a look so that like through visual inspection also sometimes some of the things gets embedded in our brain. So it's not a bad idea to look at the kanjis as well, but you need not get worried. Genki means healthy. Kirei, beautiful. So this is an exception. That's why we have marked it as E in red. So kirei, it ends in E, but it is not an ikeiyoshi. Shizuka, quiet. Kirai, again, this is an exception as we discussed, which means dislike. Nigiyaka, lively or enthusiastic. Hima, free time or leisure time. Rippa, influential, plush, elegant. Benri, convenience or convenient. Majime, true character, laborious. Kantan, easy. Yumei, famous or popular. Teinei, polite or humble. Shinsetsu, kind. Jozu, good at or proficient in something. Suteki, stylish or nice. So let's practice one more time so that we can remember. Genki, healthy. Kirei, beautiful. Shizuka, quiet. Kirai, dislike. Nigiyaka, lively or enthusiastic. Hima, free time or leisure time. Rippa, influential, plush, elegant. Penri, convenience. Majime, true character, laborious. Kantan, easy. Yumei, famous or popular. Teinei, polite, humble. So again, Yumei and Teinei, these are exceptions because these end in the E syllable. And ideally, these should have been part of the i-keiyoshi. But since these are not Japanese origin words, so these have been put in the na-keiyoshi category. Shinsetsu, kind. Jozu, good at or proficient in. Suteki, stylish, nice. So now let's look at some examples involving na-keiyoshi, that is na-adjectives. Jisho wa benri desu. Jisho means dictionary. So dictionaries are useful or convenient. Benri, as we saw, it means convenient or useful. And the other way around, we can say benri na jisho desu. So now it's not benri jisho, it is benri na jisho. It's a useful dictionary. Hito wa shinsetsu desu. The person is kind. Shinsetsu na hito desu. So now we don't say shinsetsu hito, it is shinsetsu na hito desu. He is a kind person. Hito wa shinsetsu desu. The person is kind. Shinsetsu na hito desu. He is a kind person. So the subject and the object changes. Gakusei wa majime desu. The students are serious or laborious. Majime na gakusei desu. He is a serious student or they are serious students. So it's not clear from this expression, but the meaning is that majime na gakusei desu. He or they are serious students. Hana wa kirei desu. The flowers are beautiful. Kirei na hana desu. It's a beautiful flower or these are beautiful flowers. So kirei na hana. So similarly, you can practice using some other adjectives like kirei na basho. Basho means place. Kirei na oyome-san. Oyome-san means bride. So during a wedding, the bride is called oyome-san in Japanese. So beautiful bride. Kirei na basho means beautiful place. Kirei na oyome-san means beautiful bride. So the main takeaway from this is that for the na-keiyoushi, there will be a na syllable between the adjective and the noun, which was not present in the i-keiyoshi. And be careful about kirei because this adjective appears frequently and from the word it looks like an i-adjective. So it's very common that students forget about this na. So this should be kept in mind that this is not a i-keiyoshi. So na must be there after this keiyoshi. So hana wa kirei desu, kirei na hana desu. Rippa na tatemono desu. Rippa means magnificent, elegant, plush, or majestic. So Rippa na tatemono desu is it's a majestic or it's a magnificent building. For example, the wonders of the world, Taj Mahal, and so on. Handsome na hito desu. So handsome, as you can see, this is a katakana word. This is the same word handsome in English. So handsome na hito desu means he is a handsome man. And if we say hito wa handsome desu, that means the person or the man is handsome. Yumei na chef san desu. Yumei means famous or popular. So Yumei na chef san desu, he is a famous chef. So here again, chef is written as in katakana because this is an English word. Jozu na kashu desu. Jozu means good in something or proficient in something, and kashu means singer. So he is a good or proficient singer. Jozu na kashu desu. And the other way around, we can say kashu wa jozu desu. So the singer is good. Few more examples. Chichi wa shinsetsu desu. Chichi means my father. My father is kind. And if we want to use na in this example, then we can say shinsetsu na hito. Chichi wa shinsetsu na hito desu. My father is a kind person. So we cannot say chichi wa shinsetsu hito desu. It will be shinsetsu na hito desu. Likewise, oka-san or haha. Oka-san wa teinei desu. Teinei means polite. My mother is polite. Oka-san or haha means mother. Oka-san wa teinei na hito desu. My mother is a polite person. Oba-san shizuka. My aunt is quiet. Oba-san wa shizuka desu or Oba-san wa shizuka na hito desu. My aunt is a quiet person. Kono hito yumei. So kono hito wa yumei desu. That means this person is famous. Here kono hito means this person. That means kono is used as an adjective here. And another adjective is famous, which is yumei. So this person is famous. And if we want to say this person is a famous person, then it will be kono hito wa yumei na hito desu. Kono hito wa yumei na hito desu. This person is a famous person. Tokyo kirei. Tokyo or Tokyo is beautiful. So Tokyo wa kirei desu. This is the simple sentence. Now we can say Tokyo is a beautiful city. So the word for city in Japanese is machi. So Tokyo wa kirei na machi desu. So now kirei is the adjective, machi is the noun. So a, na, n format you remember. So kirei na machi. Tokyo wa kirei na machi desu. Tokyo is a beautiful city. Ni-san. Ni-san means elder brother. So ni-san wa shizuka na hito de wa arimasen. So now we move into the negative meaning using adjectives. So the negative of this is deva arimasen, which we have learned earlier. So ni-san wa shizuka na hito deva arimasen means my elder brother is not a quiet person. So, ni-san wa shizuka na hito desu. That means my elder brother is a quiet person. And now, dewarimasen means is not a quiet person. Sensei rippa. Sensei wa rippa na kata desu. So here you can see this is no longer hito, but it is kata. So what is kata? So kata is nothing but it's like hito only, but it has more respect and weightage. So we use kata when we talk about someone elder, someone highly qualified, or someone highly respectable. In that case, the word hito is very shallow and it is somewhat impolite and insulting. So for a great person like sensei, we should use the word kata and not hito. So sensei wa rippa na kata desu. Ripana kata. That means a great person. Ripa means great person. He is highly qualified and great. So, sensei wa rippana kata desu. Ashita yasumi desu. Nani o shimasu ka? So, friends, do you understand what this means? It's very easy. Ashita yasumi desu. Ashita is tomorrow. Yasumi means holiday. So, tomorrow is a holiday. Nani o shimasu ka? Now, shimas is the verb which means to do, and nani is what? That means what will you do? Tomorrow is holiday. What are you going to do? Let's see what could be the answers. Atarashi eiga o mimasu. I will watch a new movie. So atarashi is the adjective which means new. So now notice here there is no na. Atarashi eiga because this is an e adjective, so there is no need of na in between the adjective and the noun. So it's directly atarashi eiga. Atarashi is the adjective, eiga is the noun. Atarashi eiga means new movie. Oh mimas, I will watch a new movie. But if we say Shizuka na tokoro e ikimasu. Shizuka, as we just saw, that it means quiet, and tokoro means place. So quiet place, Shizuka na tokoro. I will go to a quiet place. So here we have to use, or we must use na. Shizuka na tokoro. So atarashi eiga, Shizuka na tokoro. So this is the difference between the e adjective and the na adjective. So we have put two examples, one each for the e adjective and the na adjective. So the difference is clear. So, ashita yasumi desu. Nani o shimasu ka? Atarashii eiga o mimasu. Shizuka na tokoro e ikimasu. Tomodachi no desu. Tomodachi no tanjoubi desu. Tomodachi no tanjoubi desu. So I'm sorry about the missing words here. It should be tomodachi no tanjoubi desu. Here this is tanjoubi. That means it's friend's birthday. Nani o agemasu ka? Tomodachi no tanjoubi desu. Nani o agemasu ka? That means it's your friend's birthday. What would you give him? So it can be takai seta o agemasu. An expensive sweater. Takai means high, which also means expensive or pricey. And seta, you can see here the katakana word. This is nothing but sweater, as we earlier saw during our katakana word formations. So takai seta o agemasu. So agemas is the verb which means to rise, and this word also means to give to something, to give someone something. So for both purpose, this kanji is used, agemas. This is agaru. Takai seta o agemas, an expensive sweater. I will give an expensive sweater. Or again, now if we want to take an example of the na adjective, then suteki na necktie o agemas. Necktie means the necktie or simply tie, and suteki means stylish or a nice necktie. I will give him a nice necktie on his birthday. Tomodachi no tanjoubi desu. Nani o agemasu ka? Takai seta o agemasu. Suteki na necktie o agemasu. Oka-san no kikkon kinenbi desu. Nani o okurimasu ka? Oka-san means mother. Oka-san no kikkon kinenbi. Kikkon kinenbi means anniversary. That is, it's the anniversary of my mother. And it may also be the birthday. So for both purpose it may be used, but generally it is used for the marriage anniversary. Oka-san no kikkon kinenbi desu. Nani o okurimasu ka? Okurimasu is the verb for sending, that is to send. So it's your mother's its mother's anniversary, what will you send her? Oishi keiki o okurimasu. Will send a tasty cake, delicious cake. So keiki is the katakana word. This is the same word as cake in English. Oishi is the verb, is the adjective here, which means tasty or delicious. So there is no na in between the adjective and the noun. Oishi keiki o okurimasu. And if we want to use an adjective, let's see what example we have. Kirei na kimono o okurimasu. So this will be okurimasu, not ikurimasu. I'm sorry about that. Kirei na kimono o okurimasu. That means we'll send a beautiful kimono dress. You might be knowing kimono is a traditional Japanese dress worn by the ladies, and it's a very, very stylish and very, very elegant dress of the Japanese ladies. Kirei na kimono o okurimasu. I will send her a beautiful kimono.